It's a crisp Friday afternoon here in Pitkin County, Colorado. Slightly overcast conditions as we kick off the weekend, but here Aspen Snowmass plays host once again to X Games Aspen here in 2024. Welcome everyone inside the booth. My name's Jimmy Coleman, sitting alongside James Woods, 5-time X Games medalist. And well, Woodsy, X Games kicks off today. This is, however, we don't kick off the medal events until 3:30 Eastern time later on today with women's snowboard slopestyle. However, we have a special treat for you here today. It's been done for over a decade. It's the first time it's been done here at the X Games, and it's live today. It's the Games of Slush. Talk us through it.
Well, Slush is free skiing's online phenomenon. They're 1v1 battles of Match My Trick. The rules are simple. Two skiers go head-to-head in a game. Skier 1 sets a trick, they perform it, and then skier 2 has to back them up. If one of the skiers fail, they are branded with a letter. The game will end when one skier accumulates 5 letters, and they'll spell out the word slush, S-L-V-S-H, and their opponent will win. We do have a few more rules that sort of iron out the creases, and I'll be here to explain those in real time. But all games are ruled by a ref, a fellow skier who'll be reffing, and we've got an amazing panel of refs lined up for the first ever Slush Live.
Yeah, we have quite a crew assembled out there, and these guys are dressed up for the part here today. They're wearing the zebra stripes out here today. We've got Pete Arneson, who's one of the voices, the voice, if you will, of all things free ski out here this weekend. In the middle there, you got Tom Wallace. He's going to be my partner in crime in the booth out here this weekend for all things TV on the men's ski side of things. And then we've got Charlie Lasser on the right there, an Aspen local, by the way, and he's been part of a slush crew since pretty much the inception. So as we said, it's not a medal event. However, you do get one of those lovely Nixon watches right there if you come out the top dog in your bracket. So let's talk about the skiers that are going to be doing battle out here today. We're going to take a look at Rell Harwood, an X Games rookie competing in 3 events this weekend and also now competing in Games of Slush. We've got Tereza Korabova, the first female skier from Czech Republic to compete in a trick discipline at X Games. Jesper Tjader, 2023 knuckle hook gold medalist right there. He's going to be doing battle against Max Moffat, your 2022 Aspen slopestyle silver medalist. Moving on to the next bracket for the women here, Olivia Asselin, a big air bronze medalist from right here in Aspen in 2022. She's going to be squaring off against Brooke Lundquist. Her first on-site X Games appearance. She appeared once before in real ski, but we're happy to have her on the mountain out here this weekend. And our next matchup, it's Colby Stevenson. He has 4 total X Games medals, 3 gold, 1 bronze, squaring off against Ferdinand Dahl. 3 total X Games medals, all in slopestyle, 1 silver and 2 bronze. Woodsy.
I'm so excited. Honestly, I'm just so excited.
So then we have our starter, which is none other than Josh Christensen, who's going to get the action started out here today. These guys are mic'd up, and they're going to have the call out here today.
All right, Colby, Ferdy, Rochambeau. See who starts.
On shoot?
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, Colby starts it off. You got a trick for us?
Yeah. I'm going to hit this down flat down and jump over the flat and then jump over the donkey and do a front 2.
Right on.
There you go.
Okay, so there you go. It's Rochambeau right there. A little rock, paper, scissors right there to decide who gets the set right here. And he's called his mark right there. So you get to set the trick. If you make it, then your opponent has to make that trick. If they do not, they get a letter. However, if you're the one that tries to set the trick in the bracket and you don't make it, your opponent then gets what we call revenge, a chance to come back and try to set that trick. If they pull it off, even though you didn't make it, you're then going to be assessed the letter.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, brother.
Exactly. It's so much more simple in the moment, but it's so funny explaining it. I'm so excited for the first set of Slush Live ever. I mean, they look beautiful to me. Like Colby very clearly described exactly what he was going to do. He was going to miss both of the flats, just hit that first down, hop the flat, and do a front 2 over the bottom kink. It looked good to me.
It's a great way to start out the weekend. We get to say things like gap, flat, gap, donkey. That's going to be a good time out here, Woodsy.
Well, this Slush really is all about appeasing the free ski core target market. These guys are incredible. They're all of our heroes, but we really do have our own special language, you know, in all of these sports. So it's great to be able to promote that and be able to put it on telly is crazy.
Pete Arneson was giving you the double thumbs up right there. He's like, we sure do, Woodsy, right there. Look at that. Tom Wallish is mic'd up as well.
Freddie dropping in. I mean, obviously it always goes down to the judges, but that does look really good to me. Generally in the games of slush, we give a little leniency to the guys that are defending, but at the end of the day, at all the games, it always comes down to the ref. Oh, that's a thumbs up.
So there you go. Wallace is he's gonna go full Caesar, Julius Caesar on that one. He's gonna have that thumb out there level. It's either gonna be a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So he gives that one a thumbs up. So we'll give those guys a break, and we'll move on to our next bracket here as we send it back up to Joss here for rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the set in our next bracket.
And it is only rock, paper, scissors for the first set to see who starts, and then we'll get into the floor.
All right, Taylor starts it off.
So Olivia Asselin versus Taylor Lundquist here. And you heard Josh call it right there. Taylor is going to get to set here in bracket number 2.
Nose tap, back 2 on the down rail.
This is my favorite bit. Everyone says they're set, and then there's sort of this look of confusion where everyone tries to figure it out and like download it into their brain box, and then, oh, I get you.
Okay, so Taylor's in.
Oh, I like that.
Well, she looked over at Taylor, and Taylor just kind of gave her a nod and went, okay. Like, just the wheels are turning right there, just trying to...
And that's my favorite bit. It comes back to that, like, secret language, you know? Thumbs up from Tom. Legendary stuff.
Tom gives it the thumbs up here. Games of Slush live here, presented by GoPro. Olivia Asselin going to get a chance to answer back here.
Oh, it didn't look like it to me. It obviously goes down to the judges. We've got 3 of them. So if there's any dispute, obviously 3 will, work out any kinks.
Tom gives it the thumbs down right there. So we have our first letter being assessed right there. So Olivia is going to end up with an S to get it started. And remember, if you're the first of 5 letters, you are eliminated.
But this is always very, very interesting when you pit 2 skiers up against each other. You never know, like, each person's strengths and what they're going to bring to the table. It's pretty ruthless. And we're on a timer out here today.
Okay, moving on to bracket 3. Let's send it back up to Joss here with rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the set.
All right, we got Jesper, Max. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Rochambeau.
Oh, on shoot? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Yeah.
All right, Max starts it off. You got a trick for us?
Yeah, let's start it off on the DFD for Tall T Dan, lip on back 2. Yeah.
I love it.
So a little bit of a false start on the first rock, paper, scissors, but they get it set, and Max gets to set the bar here in bracket number 3.
Is that all part of the mind games, though? How do you make sure you win rock, paper, scissors? Lip side blind 2 look clean to me. How did the refs feel about it?
Well, Jesper kind of gave up what he was going for there, and then you got to change up the motif there. When you get a false start, you got to go again. Tom Wallace gives it a thumbs up. So the lip blind 270 out of Max Moffat. We'll see if Jesper can answer back here. Gets the pound there from Joss. He is in.
Lip slide all the way through blind 2. Very nice. It's clean to me.
Now we leave it up to our refs there. Looking very ominous in the zebra stripes down there.
It's cool. We really... Oh, yeah.
So just like that, we move right back up to the top. This is Rell Harwood versus Tereza Korabova. Joss, take it away.
All right, Rell, Tereza, rock, paper, scissors.
On shoot? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, Rell starts it off. You know what you want to do?
Yes, I think so. Let's do a backslide on the down rail.
Okay, so she calls her mark with the backslide on the down rail. They were very formal with their rock, paper, scissors right there. They called it out and even said shoot as they threw. I like it.
I like it too, and I love that we're ironing out all of these kinks and making Slush Lab look as good as possible. It's amazing. Backslide, that's sliding that down rail with just the back foot, so Rell making it really obvious that she didn't touch her front foot. She lifted it up nice and high. It looked clean as a bean to me.
See Pete, Charlie, and Tom all nod about that one, and Tom was quick with the thumbs up there.
Too easy, got to back that out, backslide, just that back foot.
Didn't get as much of that rail on that one. We'll see what the refs say here. They're talking it over. Tom and Pete both giving it the thumbs up right there. So no letter assessed here in the Rell Harwood and Tereza Korabova round as we take a look.
I mean, it was a slightly quick one, but again, when you're defending, you got to allow a little bit of leniency for that defense. We always dive into, like, did they get exactly to the end of the rail, but that's all part of fun.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't explain at the top of the show there. If you're the one that has to try to answer back after the trick's been set, it is a little more forgiving with the rest. But we go back up to the top once again. See the refs right there, mean mugging. Look at those guys. They look serious.
Yep. Gonna hit this little down rail and do tail sniper on and then nose sniper off at the end to switch. So you kind of just tap, tap. Good?
So a very thorough breakdown here of attempt number 2 here in the Colby Stevenson versus Ferdinand Dahl matchup.
Tapping on, tapping off, double sniper. It looks good. And the thing is, again, I come back to it, it's all about everybody has their own trick, their bag of tricks, and then they're going to pit it against their opponent and think maybe they can't do that one, you know, and that's like my bread and butter, so I'm going to find it easier. I'm sure Ferdy won't have a problem with that. There's the tail snap, no snap.
So there you go. Ferdy answers back there after Colby Stevenson gets the set. Judges give it the thumbs up, and we're right back up top here with Olivia Asselin going up against Taylor Lundquist.
Are you down? On the down, flat. Yeah, forward. Maybe grab safety on the up foot. Down? Yeah, backslide, safety grab to switch on the flat bar.
Backslide and a safety grab. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do this. That was super cool seeing Taylor like check in with Olivia. Like, is it cool if I do this with you? Like, are you going to be fine with that?
I was going to say, it's been very cordial. There's been some discussions back and forth here.
Nice. I understand what she's saying. Yeah, that backslide with that front leg in the air and actually grabbing that safety through. That's quite cool.
And a very enthusiastic thumbs up there from Tom Wallish. So Olivia Asselin, she's already got an S from the last go-around. Can she answer back here, Woodsy? She does.
Very nice. And we're also seeing a bunch of the different features being used. This rail garden here in Aspen Snowmass is really nice. There's a lot of features in a really condensed place.
All right, we send it back up top to Josh Christensen.
All right, Max, what's next?
All right, we're going to do a 2 pretzel 2 for Tom Wallish.
Yeah, getting onside with the refs there.
Do you think that helps out your cause when you're pandering to the referees out there with your trick selection? Tom likes it. That's all that matters.
I definitely back that. I would say yes. I would definitely say yes. Flattery will get you everywhere.
So the 270, blind 270. Take another look in slow motion. Talk us through it, Woodsy.
Oh, Max is just such a stylish ski. He's brilliant. You see him, he's not just, you know, doing a 270, pretzel 270. He adds his flavor onto everything, and I love it. It's always a shifty. There's always something a little extra from Max because he's a skater. You see him stomp his skis into the snow as if he's got no bindings.
Okay, so the Swede, Jesper Tjader, is going to get a chance to answer back here.
And honestly, I don't think anybody doubted that for a second. When you talk about rails on skis, you can't help but think Jesper Tjader. He's just brilliant. You see him in everything he does. See everything he does, his unrealistic competitions, his videos. He's just brilliant. He even does loop-the-loops on rails on skis. It's bananas.
Okay, so we send it back up once again. One more matchup here in round 2. Josh, take it away.
All right, Rell, what's next?
Let's try switch to switch on the down rail.
Switch on the down rail. Come on, Rell. Channel your inner Yoda. We don't try. Do or do not. There is no try, baby. Switch to switch on the down rail. Oh, switch lip. Oh, that isn't that great. She obviously caught that. That's called the kiss of death. That's what I call it. When you're lip sliding and you catch that front rail, that's why lip slides are so hard, because the rail's right there. You got to lift up and over. That was switch, so it was the noses of her skis that caught. She did well to hold that together and not go plummeting into the stairs.
Well, that leaves the door open. As you see, Tom gave it the thumbs down right there. So now she didn't make the set. So Tereza's going to get a chance to answer back.
Again, that is a short down rail. It's also a thin bar over the stairs there. So getting all the way switch noses over lip slide and holding it to switch actually requires a good amount of grip on that rail. So neither of them getting that one. The set will switch, but no letters will be awarded.
Yeah, Tereza wasn't able to pull it either with Tom giving it the thumbs down. So that will not account for a letter being assessed to either skier. So we go back up to Colby versus Ferdinand again.
Switch lip, blind 4 on the down, flat down, donkey.
Sick one.
Oh, the seal of approval from
I
Joss.
was going to say.
Joss
as a starter, I guess he's a starter. He's not a ref, so he can give the seal of approval. That's not showing any favoritism out there.
Totally. Oh my goodness! Now you don't see that very often, ladies and gents. You don't see Colby Stevenson miss much on skis. Difficult thing to do. Obviously, it's like that whole rail boost off the kink for a blind 4. You see him just get bugged by that first kink. And hopefully we'll see Ferdinand Dahl be able to get all the way over on top of that rail and take those kinks before the blind 4.
So again, with the rules, with Colby not making that, if Ferdinand does, that will give a letter to Colby right there in the, what they call the revenge, if you will. So if the set isn't made, the revenge attempt can give you a letter. We only have 1 letter assessed overall out of all 4 of these matchups thus far here.
Switch. Oh my goodness. Again, something else you don't see very often is Ferdinand Dahl going down. But it does speak volumes to how tight and technical this rail garden is. And of course, having to perform Colby's favored direction on all of these things at the moment from Ferdy. You know, Colby favoring that right foot and the left spinning, whereas Ferdy's the opposite. So all of these things play into account. There's unnatural, there's natural. It's very exciting.
So no letters going out in that matchup. Again, there's only 1 letter that's been assessed thus far. It's an S to Olivia Asselin. And we go back up to the top. Speaking of the devil, it's Olivia versus Taylor again.
Got on a trick, Taylor?
Yeah. Just front 2 out of the kink rail. Yeah, front 2? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, gang. Let's go.
So it's been called and it's been agreed to by the competition. I like it.
Front 2 out of the kinks, but oh, that is not a front 2.
Yeah.
I've not got a ref jersey on today, but that didn't look like a front 2 for me. Oh yeah, that's all 3. I was hoping maybe one of them would give the thumbs up, just for a bit of favor.
Well, you're no stranger to being in stripes. You've reffed quite a bit of these over the years.
I have. It's honest. It's an honor to be involved with whatever the slush guys are doing. I love what Matt and Josh, the founders, have been up to for over a decade now. I'm just the biggest fan of slush, honestly. Olivia looking for that revenge letter on the double kink. So front 2 out, and it looks clean to me. Let's see what the refs say.
I agree. We'll see what the boys say right here. Pete, quick to give it a thumbs up right there. So that is going to assess a letter, an S there to Taylor.
Yeah, that is a revenge letter. Icy cold revenge, Jimmy.
Take a look at it in the 2 box right here.
We'll see Taylor just getting hung up on that kink, and I mean, if she'd have pushed for that front 2, she might well have just pitched herself and gone over the handlebars and switched there. So that's SS right now.
Well, that'll flip it too, because then Olivia's going to get to set in the next matchup, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and no one wants to go up against Olivia second.
Joss back up top, ready to queue up our next matchup.
Good.
What you got?
All right, let's hit the down flat on the very right and do a back swap to the flat to switch.
Stop it, Max Moffat.
You're a fan of that call, I see.
I like it. We're going to watch a big impact on the bottom of this rail if Max pulls it off. So watch for that, and he's going to have to keep his composure. So he's lip sliding, back swap into the king. You see that impact?
Yeah, and the last bit of that rail.
Exactly, it's bent up again, that's the kink. And not only is that a big impact that you've got to swallow, but he's also holding it to switch, which is countering that motion. It's not a full pretzel, invented by the man himself right there, Tom Walsh. But it's quite difficult to hold that to switch when you've got that rotation continuing.
So the back swap to flat switch. Max Moffat puts it down. Jesper Tjader's going to get a chance to answer back again. Nobody in this matchup has a letter yet either thus far.
Things going against the lip slide, back swap. Now this is interesting. This is why we have 3 refs down the bottom. See that look from Charlie Lasser? They're looking between themselves. Sorry, fellas, that's what you. Oh.
Yeah, the look on Charlie's face, and then Pete was shaking his head right away. So all 3 of them give it the thumbs down right there. So that is going to be a letter assessed. That is going to be an S for Jesper.
So as we check out this replay, watch for Jesper not getting all the way to the end of the rail. It's really brutal what it means to be legitimately finishing these rails. Same with grabs and mis-setting grabs. It's got to be held. It's got to be exactly what it is.
So we're back up the top again with Rell Harwood and Tereza Korabova.
What do you got?
Hey, let's do the down rail, and let's do safety and front 2.
So here's safety with a front 2.
switch. So she's going to be grabbing through what will have to be a majority of this rail. Obviously, that comes down to what the ref's going to say. She's going to have to get that safety grab as she's sliding. There's the safety grab and front two. Let's see if that clarifies with the refs.
A little bit of a discussion.
Pete
wanted to see a replay right there. He looked Walsh shaking his head a little bit. I think Walsh may be calling for a replay.
We need a replay.
And I believe that's what's happening. The refs are saying, hey, we may have to take another look at this. But through the beauty of television, we're going to take another look.
No, it was brief.
You didn't get it. I think it was close, but you didn't quite get it. That's an unfortunate no.
So the explanation and the thumbs down, courtesy of Tom Walsh right there. So a no-go.
And it doesn't come more legit than that. If you're getting your rail game assessed, you want it assessed by that man right there live. Rell with something that looked remarkably similar. So what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, you see Tom's shaking his head right now. I think they're talking it over about that grab. Was the grab there?
Nice. Was it there? Was it held long enough? That is the question. And the guys are pulling a tight game, and I have to respect that. So that looks like a no for both. No letters will be awarded here, but do you say awarded when it's a bad thing to get a letter?
I mean, it plays. I mean, it makes sense in the grand scheme of things right there. So looking at the side-by-side of both attempts right there, very similar, but neither one of them going to walk away with a letter out of that one. So it's back to Colby Stevenson and Ferdinand Dahl.
Yeah. Okay. Backslide, back two on the down rail, whichever way you prefer.
Oh, nice.
He's giving options.
Yeah, that was favorable. That's very kind of Ferdy right there, because he knows Colby skiing. Everybody skis together, shredding together constantly. He'll know which one's a bit easier, a bit harder for him. Wow, Ferdy, that is very nice. So difficult to generate that rotation when you're obviously just on the one foot.
That's good.
So you're getting a round of applause from the refs. Look at Charlie's reaction to that one.
Backslide. Gets that back to the Ferdy fan in the crowd there, no doubt going mental.
So no letters have been handed out in this matchup either. You see both of these gentlemen have a blank slate. Let's see what Colby answers back with.
And I must say, Ferdy maybe just getting the sets going, but to set a backslide against Colby Stevenson is pretty bold. You know what I mean? Ferdy's fantastic, he's an amazing skier, and so is Colby. You know that Colby's got these tricks on tap, so it's this is a brilliant matchup. This is a matchup.
You're a fan of the strategy, is what you're telling me, James.
Well, I don't know what the strategy is, but I want to tap into the brain box and see. Was that a nice one? I know you got this, and I'm going to get you next time.
Okay, we take another look here at Olivia versus Taylor.
Yeah, 2-1 on the donkey. Donkey rail.
2 on. Now that's going to be really something. So obviously she's going to spin on 270 degrees and she's going to slide it all the way through that kink. And the judges are playing a harsh game right now. Goes down to the judges. Does she get all the way to the end of the rail? It looks like.
That's what I was just about to ask you with the exit off the rail right there. Think they're going to give it to her? And they are. Just as soon as I ask you the question, you don't even have to walk that plank, James. Tom gave you the thumbs up, took you off the hook.
Exciting. Taylor and a famed free skier in her own right. She's an urban skier. She does lots. Oh no, she just misses that too. You hear it now. Not only is that quite an aggressive rail to 270 onto with such an aggressive kink at the end, but there's the big bell right there, like hovering above your head as you're coming into it. You see it just on this replay now. Taylor just missing it. We watch Olivia slide, take the kink and out to forwards. And maybe that was a play for Taylor there, just coming so close with the dome piece over next to that bell.
So that'll give Taylor another letter. So that matchup is an S for Olivia, and Taylor now looking at an SL. So again, it's the first to 5 letters that gets eliminated. Josh, take it away.
All right, Max, what you got?
All right, let's hit the left side transfer, front 2 off the DFD.
Left side transfer, front 2 over the DFD. This is going to be something, man. Max Moffat with the first transfer that we've seen. That one, boom. Oh my goodness. That is 1, an aggressive transfer. 2, it hits into the down flat down.
Squeaking it around.
Yeah, that go.
That's just very, very ballsy. This setup that we have here allows for lots and lots of transfers. You see Max transferring there, just getting his noses over for sliding that second down, getting the boot out of the kink. It looks good.
Well, that GoPro replay right there gives you an idea how far that gap transfer was for him right there. Tom loves it. Gives him a thumbs up right there. So he'll hang out next to the refs there and wait to see.
And this is part of your strategy with Slush. It's like you get a park right in front of you. You do games all over the world constantly for the last 10 years. It's like, has Jesper even hit this gap yet? That's oh my word, he is a magician. It wasn't comfortable, but yeah.
Again, as we said earlier, I mean, if you're in the revenge man, or you're the defender, if you will, I mean, it's a little more lenient with the refs, they said.
But that's the thing as well about Slush. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be immaculate. You're not judging it the same as having that panel on a slopestyle course, critiquing every little bit. It's like, can you do it in the moment under the pump?
So no letters handed out in that matchup. Looking at Rell Harwood again versus Tereza Korabova as we turn it back over to Josh Christensen.
All right, Rell, you got something for us?
Yeah, front four on the little flat rail.
Right on.
Nice. And I must say, deciding your trick and also, like, you know, vocalizing it and saying it is quite a big deal while you're dialing in front four out Rell. That is why I'm glad I'm not a ref today. That is exactly why. Did she land sideways? Let's see.
Back seat on the lane in there, but she stands up out of that. They may be going to the replay. Speaking of replays, let's take another look courtesy of our friends at GoPro.
The question is going to be, did she touch sideways? Did she make the full 450 out? Did she land at 360?
Tom and Pete and Charlotte all say no. I thought they were going to go to the replay, but all three of the refs say no dice on that one.
And the reason why this is happening is because, yes, it's a thin rail, it's a quick rail, and also it's surrounded by other rails too. So it's a really fine line to walk. And that's definitely not going to do it either. You can see as she gets on, and she's probably just eyeing up that gap that we saw from Max Moffat, and that is right there.
Yeah.
So wise move from Tereza not spinning that 450 out in that particular circumstance.
Running out of real estate as she was dangerously close to that next feature. Taking another look at Colby Stevenson squaring off against Ferdinand Dahl. Joss?
How you get back that last one up?
Okay, so there wouldn't be a true Slush game without any K-feds here. So we'll do a K-fed on the down flat down for you, Joss.
Nice.
Get it.
I love it, and you can see the friendship and the whole idea. Like, we're creating a show for ski. This isn't a medal event this year, but we're trying to put on a show, and they're doing exactly that.
May not be a medal event, but hey, those Nixon watches were nothing to thumb your nose at either. Those things were a good look.
They look pretty flash. And obviously these guys are incredibly competitive and don't want to let an opportunity go to show their prowess on the skis. A K-Fed is it's just one of those tricks. It's kind of like, it's kind of tricky but kind of easy. You know what I mean? You kind of have to buy everybody a beer if you do a K-Fed. You know what I mean? In a contest run. So that's Ferdy signing himself up for one there. Beautifully done from Colby. But it's not an easy rail hovering over those stairs as well.
Tom wasted zero time whatsoever with that one. All three of those guys just said, yep, thumbs up right off the bat. Let's take another look here on the GoPro replay, side by side of both attempts.
Beautiful, both on. Ferdy getting really kicked by that kink, but obviously knows it's coming and uses it to spin that blind 270 out. Beautifully done. I cannot believe that we are here at X Games and we are watching Slush live. I've got this massive grin plastered on my face and I'm loving it.
We still have plenty more to go. We send it back up top to Joss.
Okay, front swap on the double kink, but yeah, whatever, to switch or to forward, like just, yeah, survive.
Survive the kinks after a front swap. So it's going to be a quick move. She's going to have to negotiate that first kink, get that front swap on, and then take the last kink on her opposite foot. Beautifully done. Similar to what we saw from Ferdy just the set before, and holding it to switch. But she did allow for Taylor to come out forwards or whatever comes next. You see how aggressive that kink is. Boom! It kicks her so high into the air. She actually almost gaps the whole bottom down.
Say she almost missed the whole bottom part of that down flat down.
Awesome. And this setup it's a beautiful setup, and it really does liken itself to a true street-style setup, which Brooke Lundquist has famed herself on throughout her career. She's looking for that front swap over this king. Oh, just missing it. You see the frustration.
The only matchup that we've seen thus far that's had letters handed out here. There is a time limit on this. If we don't get anybody limited after 1 hour, whoever has the least amount of letters in each matchup is going to be deemed the winner. As we take another look on the GoPro replay here.
And all of the competitors have been told this. They all know the deal, and it goes all the way down. We've got every contingency plan we could think of in the weeks leading up to this.
Well, that puts Taylor in a tough spot right there. She's got 3 letters with 2 left to go, so she's got an SLV. We send it back up top for the Jesper Tjader Max Moffat matchup.
All right, we're going to hit the flat long bar, drop down early, and then hop on from the left side to the flat down and do a super fed.
Now,
a lot going on in that. It's a very wordy description there.
This certainly isn't. Only Max Moffat will find a way to do a line on such a tight-knit section. So he's going to hit this first one off early, through the cheeky little gap, front swap, back 450. Now that's why Max Moffat is one of the coolest dudes on the planet.
Yeah, Jesper has an S from earlier as well.
Now, the main thing here is, yes, Jesper's going to be able to do these tricks, but he's going to be able to tie them together and thread through that tiny little gap.
There's no room to really do that. I mean, you've got a tiny little bit of space between those 2 features.
Yeah, you really do. It is very tight-knit, and that is adding to the technical difficulty of everything. So as Jesper actually hit this line, yeah, he's probably looking at it thinking, goodness me, how much space have I got through there? See him slide that first bit off early, through the gap, not a problem. Oh, my goodness! Oh. Now,
reverted around there. See what the judges are going to say.
Did he? I don't know. That was tough. Obviously, it wasn't the prettiest thing. He gets the first part really nice, off nice and early. So did a lot of that rail. Gets the front swap, not a problem. But something happened with that back 450, and that's down to the refs.
And the boys say no dice on that one. It is a thumbs down, so that is going to be another letter for Jesper.
And anybody who knows the prowess of these guys' rail skiing will actually realize how difficult this rail setup is. It's awesome.
So we take another look at Rell Harwood and Tereza Korabova. Joss, what do they got?
Let's do a lip on the down flat down.
Lip slide onto the down flat down. We also did the switch lips earlier, so that was coming in backwards. Nose is over the front. And this is going to be the same bit in coming forward, so it's going to be the tails we're going to want to get clear. Oh, see, that stands testament to how aggressive the kinks are in that down flat down. Now, she got the lip slide nicely, boots herself through that kink. You see her gap, and that wouldn't be a problem, but that's a hip check and a crash certified by all 3 refs.
So Rell's going to get an attempt at this to try to send Tereza an S here. No letters handed out in this matchup thus far. Oh, did she clip on the way up?
Kiss of death on the way in, but that was not it. Rell surviving that one. Now, although it was Tereza that was setting, so you're going to think that she's giving favorable tricks to what she knows best, Rell has the advantage of going second and seeing what went wrong for Tereza.
Yikes.
And what went wrong for Tereza is that she went so fast, she booted through that kink and it sent her into oblivion. Rell, using that information, slowed it right down, but just a little bit too slow and didn't have the speed to get her tails over the rail.
Well, they both emerged from that one unscathed because no letters handed out there in that round, and we keep moving right along. Joss, call it.
All right, Ferdy, it's going to be hard to back up that K-Fed. What you got?
Okay, I'm going to try to be a little cleaner this time. Transfer from the fence rail to the down rail, back 2.
Oh, nice. Now, this is something that Ferdy does always in the games, because he always just outs himself. He says, like, oh, I'm going to try to be a bit cleaner. Like, he's basically saying, refs, why did you give me that last one? It wasn't clean enough for me. And I have to respect that so much. There's the transfer, back 270 out. Uh-oh, Tom's got his hand up. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know. We may have to check in with him here in a second.
Here we go.
Take a GoPro replay look.
Gapping noses over that set. Blind 270. It all looks clean until... Ferdy track? Who knows? I don't know what the judges want to do about that. Oh my gosh. Oh man, you're playing with us.
Let's check in with Tom real quick. Tom, talk us through that.
Yeah, there's a couple close calls out here. We've been lenient, but we're ready to get a little bit more strict because this is going long, but that's a make. The butt didn't hit the ground, so we're going to let them get away with it.
He says they didn't even need the replay, but we're going to take one more look. It's close, but it's enough to get the thumbs up there.
Freddie's so tall, and he does do this. When he has a heavy landing, he does take it down and absorb all that impact with all of his 7 foot of Ferdy. So it's like sort of a... Oh, and so clean from Colby.
Getting a round of applause from the refs on that execution right there. So Colby Stevenson answers back again. No letters handed out in this bracket thus far, but you heard Tom say the refs are going to get a little less lenient moving forward here in the latter half of the games of slush out here at the X Games.
And these boys are so unbelievably talented. I'm not surprised at all that we don't have a letter yet given out in this game, because they're just clean as a bean. They always can seem to do everything. They just pull it out of nowhere.
Colby having a little chat with the boys, smiles on their faces, talking strategy out here. Here we go, back up the top. Josh, what do we got in this next go around?
All right, what's next?
Okay, on that down, tail sniper on, back to it.
Sick one.
Okay, awesome. We know what that is. We're listening for a ting from her tails as she gets onto the rail. There's the ting, back 270, lovely. Obviously, like getting that tab, I mean, it's a trick, isn't it? You know what I mean? But it also shows you've got full control of getting onto the rail, and it doesn't buck you off as you come spinning out on that back two.
All right, so this matchup, Olivia's got an S. Taylor kind of down at this point with an SLV to her name thus far. Can she hang on here in this round? Stay away from getting another letter.
Now it's going to be up to the refs. Did she get that tail tap on her way in?
I don't know about the body language there with Tom. Is he going to the replay? Tom says he's taking the boys to the replay monitor for this one. Tom, take us through the replay as you guys discuss this one.
Yeah, we're just looking at the tail tap. We really want to see that Taylor got that sniper tail tap, and I didn't see that. I didn't hear it. I think that's a no-go from the judges.
They are playing a tight game, these refs. We are under a time pump. We do have contingency plans for what's going to happen if the timer runs out. But the refs, they know their deal. These guys know it better than anybody. And if you don't hear that tap, it's a pretty telltale sign. That should be metal on metal. It should be a loud boom.
He called it earlier. He said they were going to be a lot less lenient moving forward. So it's down to one last letter there for Tereza Korabova. She's got an SLVS. We're back to Jesper versus Max.
All right, on the down bar, we're going to do nose under 2 to switch.
Oh, my goodness.
Nose under.
You're a fan of that call?
Yeah, definitely. And this is definitely one of the hot topics. Cody LaPlante seems to be doing it all over the place. Did it like twice both ways in his slopestyle run in Lux last week. It's definitely one of the hot tricks of the moment on the rail. So we're watching for Max's nose has been, oh my goodness, that's what I'm talking about. That's beautiful. Lots of nods. Like, you'll be watching for those noses to go down under the rail. You can see, obviously, had to take a little bit more speed, had to shift it out. Holding it to switch is going to make things just way harder as well.
All right, so you can see the reaction by the refs on that one. Obvious thumbs up there from Tom and the crew. We'll get Jesper to answer back here. He's got an S and an L to his name thus far.
Oh my goodness, no way! Jesper, no way, no way. You don't see Jesper trying to go down very often. This is incredible.
So that'll be Jesper's third letter. So 3 down and 2 to go for him.
And there'll be an interesting moment here. This, with Jesper, hasn't had a set yet. So what happens in slush is we call it a trivia crack rule. Max had the first set. He gave Jesper 3 letters in a row. Jesper hasn't had the chance to set, so we swap the set, and we let Jesper take it away. So that set will swap, despite the letter being away.
So he's going to be in a different spot here in that next round with an attempt to set the trick in that matchup as we take another look. Game 4 here, Rell Harwood versus Tereza Korabova. Let's check in with Joss with the call.
Let's hear it, Rell.
We're going to do a shifty front 2 on the flat rail. Yeah, off.
Okay. She's like, yeah, off.
Yeah. So we're looking not just for that front two, but we're looking for a defined shifty as we go. Boom. It looked like that. You saw that stall before she ran and whipped the skis around to switch.
Thumbs up from the boys. Quick thumbs up on that one. No letters handed out in this match. This one's
this is a cheeky one because she did that front four earlier, right, on that same rail. That's only a front two, but she's looking for that extra whip of the shifty, and this is difficult for
There's a discussion going on. Tom just looked at Pete right now. Now they're bringing Charlie into the conversation. They're looking back at that monitor. Take a look at the side-by-side on the GoPro replays here. Both attempts.
The shifty. Did Tereza get that? We saw Rell stall it and whip those skis around to switch. You see that shifty in there, even as it was whipping around in reverse. We're looking for some stall in that rotation from Tereza, but it looked pretty uniform to me.
It's a no from the refs. Tom, Charlie, and Pete all say thumbs down on that one. So that is our first letter handed out in this bracket.
Both of those girls have had a set, so the trivia crack rule won't apply in any more of these games now.
So we send it back up with Colby Stevenson versus Ferdinand Dahl. Joss, what are we looking at for this round?
Okay, we're gonna do a natural 270 Pretz 2 on the down rail.
Nice, so unnatural, the unfavored way. Ferdy again, like speaking to what's your easiest way? You gave that an easier set earlier. This is like do it your hardest way. And we all know, wow, 270 pretzel 270, a very technical trick. Of course it's possible, but it really shows full control of the rail. You go in blind, you grip the rail, you spin the opposite way, and you come out blind. It's a completely blind trick, and it means you have to know that rail like the back of your hand. And to do it in the unnatural direction, marginally impossible.
It's the reaction from the judges right there. They are all nodding in approval as soon as he came off the rail. Colby Stevenson with a chance to answer back.
There it is. I mean, that was a 270 pretzel 2. Spun in Colby's unnatural direction, right side on. Now, something's being discussed. Did he, yeah, boom, of course it is.
I think he was just calling it out to Colby right there and breaking something down. Just based off the body language and the smile, I didn't think he was going to be in question there. But again, on the 2 box here, take a look.
Oh no, he did bring that a good majority of the way around. You just saw a little bit of snow scuff up, but that's what it's about, Slush. It's about make the trick, and it's up to the ref whether that trick cuts it.
Getting down to the wire here. First ever Games of Slush here, live at the X Games, presented by GoPro. Olivia Asselin versus Taylor Lundquist. This one's going to be tough because Taylor, she's got 4 letters to her name. Let's find out what the trick's going to be.
Okay, V-swap, V2. No, back swap front 2 on the down rail. Yeah, continuing to. Okay.
So this is going to be a continuing rotation through the rail. The first one's going to be on, and this is going to continue for the back swap. And oh my goodness, that was not the continuing 2 out. That was just back swap to forwards. So that's going to be a no from the refs for sure.
Yeah.
And if Taylor gets this, she's going to get a revenge on Olivia and take back the trick set.
So it's 4 letters versus 1 in this matchup.
So we're hoping for Taylor to get this, to keep this game running. Now, because Taylor is on her very last letter, when it does come to it, she'll get 2 attempts. Continue to the same thing that happened to Olivia. Not getting the back swap, but not getting the full front set 270 out. We see a very similar mistake, which sort of speaks to the setup. It's a difficult setup. It's quickly off that rail. There's lots going on side by side. And the fact that they both made the same mistake sort of speaks to the difficulty of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, again, as you said, with neither one of them making it, no letters assessed here. And again, if it comes down to the wire and it's down to your last letter, you do get 2 attempts at that final trick. Here's a question for you, James. What do we do if we run out of time and one of the brackets doesn't have any letters assessed? How does that work? Sudden death? What do you do?
Sudden death. We actually take it to who had the set. The rock, paper, scissors go against them because they didn't get to start off the game in charge. That's what we're going to play.
I mean, we're possibly looking at that situation right now with Colby and Ferdy. Right now, we're going to take another look at Jesper versus Max. Let's find out what the call is here from our starter, Josh Christensen.
All right, after Trivia Crack, the set moved over to Jesper. What you got, dude?
Between the rails, skinny takeoff, 2 on, 2 out.
Oh, yes, for being like, Max, you sent me through that skinny takeoff. I'm going to send you in with a 270. How's your shifty game, Max Moffat? Jesper's got to do it first, obviously. There's that 270. Continue. Oh, well. You saw him have a little like unsteadiness before he boosted off that kink, but he seems to have held it down. And it's going to come down to Matt. Oh, beautiful shifty. It didn't look like any sort of problem for Jesper Tjader in that slow-mo replay. But has Max Moffat got that shifty right side 270 on? I bet he does.
As you can see this matchup right now, it's Jesper with 3 letters, Max with none.
Oh, wow.
Gapping that thing out.
You see all 6 foot something of Max Moffat just shifting himself around through that king, but also continuing the rotation. So he's swinging his arm around, doing everything he can to not catch any of his skis on the rail either side. That is just so cool, man.
Just getting the last bit of that rail right before the kink right there. So Max says, nope, I'm not getting the letter this round right there.
Jesper's going to have to come out swinging because Jesper is down 3 points on Max right now.
Yeah, he's got that SLV, and Max has still got a clean slate over there on his side of things. Rell Harwood versus Tereza Korabova. Yet again, let's find out what the trick's going to be.
We're gonna do, you can go on from either side, but like front swap, front 2 on this like donkey on the right.
Get it, Ralph.
Now this is going to be really exciting. This is the front swap, so spinning down the way. He's going to have to grip the rail before the kink and get the front 2 out. Oh, no. It's a very forwards-facing trick, right? So as you come out of it, you're going to have to get all the way around. So you're going to use every little bit of the boot that kink gets it, and it looks like she just didn't get around. The front swap was good, and then just landing sideways and pitching herself over the front.
Just got thrown, just straight forward, loses a shoe on that one right there. That's a nasty hit.
But it's a top-level trick from Rell. Hopefully she's all good. She's brushing off. These guys are hardcore. They know what they're up to. She's still smiling. Rell's always smiling, man. I'll be afraid when she's not. There you go.
So Tereza with a chance to possibly tag a letter onto Rell here. And no, she's not able to hang on and make this one either.
And Tereza, although she does get the set now, she is going to really want to put a letter on Rell. So they're at least even Stevens as the clock is ticking down.
Yeah, I didn't see that at real-time speed, but with that GoPro replay right there, that was about to be pain, pure and simple, but she averts that one.
But this is exactly what it's about. This is under the pump. This isn't orchestrated. You've not got hours and days to practice this stuff. It's like, yo, this is the trick. You got to do it right here, right now.
So don't forget, we got women's snowboard slopestyle coming up at 3:15 Eastern later on today that will officially kick off the medal events out here at X Games Aspen 2024 here at Games of SLVSH presented by GoPro. We're in the latter parts of the round here. It's a 1-hour jam session out here. Colby Stevenson versus Ferdinand Dahl. Let's check in with our starter Joss with the call on the trick.
What you got next?
We're going to do a lip on, fast slide to switch on the down rail. And yeah, we're going to just try to slide it and not just like tap it.
Oh, a very thorough breakdown. Going to try to slide it, not just tap it. Saying, I'm going to give you a little more.
And that says not only for Colby, but that's to himself as well. He's like committed. Oh my goodness, now that is top level. Super calm, super cool. The fast slide, the most dangerous of the one-footers, because if you catch that front foot when it's already down on the rail, you are history. There's the lip slide, front slide to switch. Shout out to the Daniel brothers for all of their innovations in the freeski space. You guys are amazing. We love you. Freddie with the nod of the hat to them.
It was perfect execution on that one. You see all of the referees nodding in approval with smiles on their faces after that display. So see what Colby Stevenson can do with this one.
Oh
there
my
you go.
goodness, we know he's got the backslide game, but apparently he's got the epic front slide game. Again, I am not surprised in the sliders that there is no letters that have been awarded in this game so far, because they're both so good at everything.
So again, no letters have been handed out in this bracket. Take a look at it side by side. Perfect execution on both. Making it look easy here in this round.
Making it look easy, but it is not.
All right, we're back to Taylor.
One down.
All right, we're gonna do a little style trick on the down dig. We're gonna grab safety like before it and hold it all the way through to switch.
Okay, so the safety grab, but going to hang on to that one all the way through as she calls that one to switch.
Nice and slide it all the way through there. I mean, it looked like that from my angle. It looked like she had a hand down by the ski. I'm all about what Taylor Lundquist is after. She's grabbing that downhill ski as it's on the rail.
Charlie's giving you the thumbs down. By the time look on his face, I don't know if the grab was there. Take a look on this GoPro replay, that'll tell you.
She's grabbing that downhill rail. She got it on the way in, and it does look like it.
And then didn't hang on to the grab all the way through.
All the way through, as she impacted that rail, it looked like it boosted out of her hand. She did a great job of hovering her hand nearby and then re-grabbing it. I don't know whether the refs actually made that call yet. We're going to see what Olivia has to answer with. Oh my goodness, hand skis, metal rail, lots going on.
Oh, they're saying no again. They're all thumbs down on that one. So Taylor's going to survive this round again. She's only got one letter left to go.
And Taylor really did need to put a letter on Olivia there. She didn't, but neither of them get it, said the refs. So the set will now change, and Olivia will be in charge for the next round. Both of them great skiing out switch there, by the way. Great technique, looking sweet.
So we send it back up top again. It's Jesper Tjader and Max Moffat. Jesper looking at 3 letters as of now. He's got an SLV. Let's see what the trick's going to be here.
4 Prets, 2 on the down rail.
Oh, you're outrageous, Jesper.
Big one.
450 pretzel at 270. It's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. He's going to be super nimble on his feet and go slow enough to actually get enough rail to grip. There's the 450. Oh, my word, Jesper. In exceptional form. I honestly don't know how he had the time to get that in.
Tom Wallace, you like that one?
That was incredible. These rails aren't all that long, and be that tech, the 450 and the pretzel out, that was Jesper Tjader at his best.
Certainly was. Certainly was. Jesper Tjader at his best. Now Max is going to have to slow things. Look, that is a look on Max Moffat's face. That was a look of how am I going to go slow enough, get my noses over, get the 450 round, grip the rail enough to actually get that 450 out. That is that's a Jesper Tjader special that he's using when he needs to with his 3 letters down against Max Moffat.
Well, it's a clean slate against an SLV and Max Moffat.
That's not going to cut it. That was out to switch. You'll see in this replay how Max managed to, Jesper managed to grip that whole rail and bring it out to front side 270, but Max just continuing the rotation out to switch. And that's going to be the first letter to Max. It's 3-1 in this game. See Max coming in with so much more speed. Jesper gets a millisecond more to grip that front rail. Impossibly difficult. There's no way to tell you. Really.
Yeah, so as you just said, Max is going to get his first letter there with an S. So we still have one matchup that has yet to have any letters assessed right now. Colby Stevenson and Ferdinand Dahl, they both have a clean slate here. So again, if we do run out of time, the way it works is like whatever's left on the bracket, whoever's sitting in the driver's seat with the least amount of letters will be deemed the winner. But we may have a sudden death overtime situation with Colby and Ferdinand Dahl.
I hope we get a sudden death override.
It's trending that way, Woodsy. It's trending that way. No medals being handed out here at the first ever Games of Slush, but you are going to walk out with one of those, a very nice-looking gold Nixon watch. That is what's up for grabs here if you are the top skier out of your matchup here. Again, it's Rell Harwood versus Tereza Korabova. Joss, what do they got?
Let's do a front swap to backslide on the down rail.
Okie dokie. Rell with an icy cold look. She's giving nothing away, whether she likes that call or not. Tereza's going to have to get in. She wants to put a letter on Rell right now. So here we go, Tereza. Front swap to the backslide. Moving out to forwards. Refs, that's on you.
They'll talk that one over as we'll take another look, courtesy of our friends at GoPro.
Front swap with the 2 feet. Onto the rail with the 2 feet. Front swap only onto the back foot. Holding it out to forwards. That looks like some and ahhing.
They're shaking their heads, and then it's going to be a thumbs down on that one.
Now, it really kind of feels like it hinges on this for Tereza right now, because if Rell gets this, that's going to be a revenge letter, and she's going to take control of the game. So that's going to be a difficult thing to come back from.
Especially with not a lot of time left in the jam session here. And now Charlie's calling that one, so it's not going to be another letter for Tereza.
But Rell gets the set.
That's key going into the next round right there as we send it back up to the top. These guys both have a clean slate. Colby versus Ferdinand.
Okay. 2 on, backslide, front 2. Whichever way you prefer.
2 on backslide front 2. So that's going to be 270 on that blind trick that we saw from earlier, only onto the 1 back foot, and then continuing that rotation in front 2. This is, it's going to have to be super duper clean. 270 backslide front 2. Is there nothing this dude can't do? Yeah, that was incredible stuff from Ferdy. Sliding all the way to the end of the rail. There's no shadow of a doubt that he got that beautifully done. And can Colby Stevenson answer perfectly again and just keep this game being incredibly frustrating with 0 letters being set?
These two have been neck and neck all throughout this jam session here. Got a double thumbs up from Tom Wallish there. Here comes Colby.
Now, whether or not he got that backslide, I do not know, but he didn't get the front side at 270 off. So that's going to be a no. That's the first letter of the game for Colby Stevenson, and that is just, I mean, unfortunate. Colby with a sort of expression on his face, like, I haven't done this trick yet on this feature. So that's what I read into that facial expression before he dropped. Cooking him with plenty speed, just a little bit too much velocity, too much impact on that rail to hold it on just the 1 foot.
So now we have at least 1 letter in all of our brackets here. Colby now has an S. Olivia Asselin's got an S. Taylor, she's got an SLVS. Max Moffat's got an S. Jesper's got an SLV. Rell Harwood has no letters. And Tereza Korabova has 1. That's how we stand.
And the games are fantastic. It speaks nothing to these guys' talent. It's just all about how that game went on that day. It's a beautiful way to play.
So we're back to Olivia Asselin versus Taylor Lundquist. Again, Taylor needs 1 more letter before she is potentially eliminated from the Games of Slush today.
What you got, Olivia?
Okay, we're gonna do a K-fed on the down rail. Okay.
Sick. Just loves it. Just loves a K-fed.
He's the hype man up there with everybody's call. I love it.
He totally is. Founder Josh Christensen is amazing. Oh my goodness, that was not it. Yikes. My goodness, these rails are proving to be very quick, very difficult to get those swaps. Olivia doing an amazing job not to split that rail as she dices with it. She must be so strong. You see it almost sliding the back foot only after that front swap. That was actually really impressive in itself. If she'd called that, I don't think anyone's going to back it up.
All right, so Taylor's going to get a chance to get the revenge here and try to put another letter on Olivia.
Lundquist certainly with the ability to do it. There's the front swap, there's the back 2. It's down to the rest. She is going to get the set again.
Pete says it's close. Tom and Charlie say no dice. They just gave her the thumbs down. So 9-1, I'm just going to make it here in this round. So no letters handed out here in this matchup as we look side-by-side replays.
We see Taylor getting a good front swap there, and it's just about, does she have the rotation to get it all the way around to forward? It was a little bit shuffled, and it just wasn't enough for the refs. But Olivia didn't get it. That serves Olivia right, spilling soup all over me in the lounge the other day.
So hearing right now that we're right around the 10-minute mark. So again, once we run out of time in the jam session, it boils down to who has the least amount of letters in each matchup that will be deemed the winner. Walk out of here with one of those Nixon watches. Let's see what the call is here for this next round.
Lip on, back 3 swap on the DFD, and it's fine to just like kind of tap it.
Holy guacamole.
Yep, this is going to be something Jesper does not like sitting behind. This is going to be very fast. So the lip slide is going to have to get his tails up and over that rail fast. Let's be going slow enough to get the boot off this kink. Oh my goodness, Jesper Tjader, you are out of this world.
Triple thumbs up from the refs right away.
There's the lip slide. He even manages to catch some of that second down. So slow enough getting that tails up and over on the lip slide. Backside 3 swap. That's just amazing. Jesper is such a ninja when it comes to just that rotation fast off the button.
Joss's reaction said it all. Holy guacamole is right.
Well, Max Moffat, you've put 3 letters on Jesper Tjader, and he's answering back at you. Serves your eye, kind of, you know what I mean? This is what the game is about. We don't see Max Moffat struggling that often. He's so talented.
That look kind of says it all. Just kind of going through the motions right there. There we go. No. Max is going to get his second letter.
And honestly, like, I don't know anybody that would be able to manage that except for Jesper. And he's like, I'm under the pump, man. I am not losing to you today, Max. But Max is still in the lead, but that's 3 letters to Jesper and 2.
Still, with time winding down and him, now it's a 1-letter separation at this point. As I mentioned before, prior to those the last bracket, we were right around the 10-minute mark or so. So that one was key. So it's 1 letter's worth of separation at this point between Jesper and Max. So they'll get the sled ride back up to the top. We move on to our next matchup here. Let's find out what the trick is, Joss.
It's time. What you got?
I'm going to try the front 4 again on the flat rail.
Oh, there's the front 4. So Rell getting very close to it before, but Tereza not getting it. So Rell being like, okay, I know what I'm going to get later on. There's a frontside 450. She got all the way round, but how is that landing?
Yeah, you get the body language from the ref says it all. That is going to be a no-go. So again, Tereza with a chance here to hand out the first letter to Rell Harwood here today. If she's able to make this happen. No, dangerously close to that other feature again. She kind of actually tapped one of the supports for that rail that time around.
Totally. This is an aggressive setup. It's awesome. It's hardcore. It's a very street style inspired setup. And that's why we got the best in the world doing it.
So we're taking a little Colby versus Ferdinand. Colby got his first letter, the first letter of the matchup with an S the last go around. Let's see what's on tap this time.
Now we're going to do switch lip 2, the preferred way, which for both is left on the down rail, with a no sniper to forward out.
Oh my goodness.
At the end.
Okay.
That is a crazy one.
Joss agrees.
Ferdy putting himself and Colby into the point with this. It's going to be switch lips like 270. No sniper. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear it, and it should be metal skis on metal rail. No tap.
Yeah, you hear the refs talking over all 3 of them. So it's unanimous, no tap, so it's a thumbs down. So.
And whatever happens now, Colby's going to get this set. But is he going to be able to put a revenge letter on 30 and equal up this game? If anyone can, oh no. Only with the switch lips like, not the switch lips like 270. So although he didn't give Freddie a letter, he does regain the set. And now Colby's in charge. And when you see Colby Stevenson in charge, be worried.
Which is going to be key, because I just got word that we're down to the final 4 minutes here. So he's going to need to put the first letter on Ferdinand to get into that sudden death overtime situation. We're back up top again. Olivia Asselin versus Taylor Lundquist. Taylor trying to stave off elimination here.
Man, this is exciting. I'm just so excited to see Slash.
Let's hear it, Taylor. What you got?
We're just gonna do a back swap to switch on the down rail.
Sick. Right on.
Back swap, hold it to switch. Definitely requires that control. Taylor, obviously, like you see these games, you see a favor in the back swaps. Boom, hold it, switch, beautifully executed. And that says it all. You know, Taylor's been sort of on the back foot because Olivia's been setting a lot of this game. And Olivia, and then Taylor back in charge, be like, boom, I'm going to show you what I know.
Okay, Taylor again with an SLVS. Olivia with 1 letter.
Goes down to the judges. This is a query. Did she get those skis all the way around to switch?
Are they going to the replay? It looks like they are going to the monitors. We take a look, courtesy of our friends at GoPro.
We see it executed perfectly from Taylor on the left. Olivia gripping. Did she pull it all the way around to switch? Did she?
Oh, Tom gives him the thumbs up.
There we go.
Tom gives it the thumbs up. I couldn't tell if they were looking at a replay or just scoping out those Nixon watches.
Well, I mean, they'd be valid to be doing either. Those refs are sitting dangerously close, and I know those fellas. Someone keep an eye on them.
So before that matchup, we told you we were down to right at 4 minutes left to go here. 2 minutes now. It's 2 minutes left to go here. First ever Games of SLVSH here live at the X Games. Jesper versus Max. Joss, take it away.
All right, Jesper, what's next?
Back swap, transfer on the left side transfer to the DFD.
Another wild set from Jesper.
This is intense, and this is really important, because if the game finishes, if this is the last set in this game, and Jesper does put a letter on Max, Jesper will then be in the advantage because he didn't have the set first. Oh my goodness! What in the world is this guy playing at? How did he negotiate that kink? I need to see that in replay. I need to. Wow, Jesper Tjader is an actual magician. There's the back swap, very scary over kink, lands perfectly on that rail, but gets booted by the double kinks.
This will be a better look at it right here. Watch how he lands and how he gets pitched. Oh, completely leaning forward, but he stands right back up. That was impressive, Woodsy.
Yes, but you are amazing. Now, Max Moffat really does need to lace this, or it will be a draw. And if the time runs out, it'll be Jesper in favor.
Max Moffat eyeing it up here. We're under 2 minutes to go here. Games of Slush live here at the X Games.
Oh my goodness. Now this is possibly the most exciting game ever. Under the bomb, the first ever Slush live, so there's never been a time pressure before. Sometimes these games go for like 5 hours, you know, and we're out there for ages. So as we see in the replay, Jesper getting the beautiful back swap and negotiating a kink, and Max not quite with the right angle or with the right mindset to go blind over that kink. How Jesper managed to hold that down, I do not know. But it is now even.
So there you go. They each have 3 letters now, but as you said, that's going to come down to the tiebreaker with time winding down. As you said earlier, we were at 2 minutes prior to that matchup, so here we go. Rell Harwood again against Tereza Korabova. Joss, take it away one more time.
All right, what we got? Wait.
Let's do again the front swap to backslide, and doesn't matter if it's to switch or forward.
Awesome.
Oh, cool. All right, Tereza with the set and needing to put a letter on Rell. Nope, that front swap. Well, I'm not a ref, but I don't look like a cut.
No, all 3 of those guys saying thumbs down on that one.
So Tereza 1 letter down. Is Rell going to be able to put a revenge letter on it and, you know, see if he puts the...
And this might be the last matchup here, because we were down to the 2-minute warning earlier, so I would think that time is pretty much up after this matchup. We'll see.
It's going to be all on Rell. So we get that front swap first. Quick, fast feet, boom, takes the switch.
Pete says no. Pete's shaking his head saying no. Tom's talking it over. Thumbs down from all 3 of them right there. So no, not going to be able to put another letter on Tereza.
But
however, Rell's got the clean slate.
Exactly, she does have the clean slate. It is 1-0. Rell's going to be in charge. And this is kind of like soccer, you know, the end of the game when they just run out of the clock, they chase it to the corner and just like kill a bit of time. I believe that's what Rell's going to do if she's going to play this game wise, because she's definitely in the lead right now.
So it appears that we do not have a tiebreaker situation any longer. Again, that was Max Moffat and Jesper Tjader, both with an SLV. Once again, explain how that all pans out with them both having 3 letters and how that gets determined here in Slush.
Well, because Max had that first set, Jesper was on the back foot from the beginning and had to defend right off the bat, and then managed to charge his way up and give Max 3 more letters throughout the game. Trivia card rules did apply, but the rule that we set out is that the favor will go to the person that didn't get the first set.
The boys are back up top. Like they thought they were going to get another go at it right there, but I just saw Joss just tell them, nope, time is up. That is it. We have moved on right there. You guys have been doing this for a long time. Woodsy, as we talked about at the top of the show, it's been 10 years this. First time it's ever been done at X Games, and it's the first time it's ever been done live. It's been amazing.
It is. It's amazing. It's a proof of concept right now. We're all so excited. Thank you so much to X Games. Thank you so much to GoPro for putting this on and allowing Slush to do Slush live. It's something that we wanted to do for years and years and years and years and years, and now we actually had the opportunity to put it into play and see how it works out. It's an absolute privilege. Huge respect to Joss Christensen, we see at the top, one of the founders right there. Matt Walker behind the scenes in the booth, you know, running things from the back. These guys have provided endlessly for the free skiing niche and done amazing things. We love you and we thank you so much for everything you've done, and we're looking forward to reviewing what went on this week and be able to provide more Slush lives.
Hey, what a great way to kick off 3 days of medaled events out here at Aspen Snowmass for X Games Aspen 2024. Again, no medals handed out in this one. However, the winners of each one of these matchups, they're going to walk out of here with a nice gold Nixon watch. And again, hats off to our referees there, Pete Arneson, Tom Wallish, and Charlie Lasser. I mean, what a great day out here, Woodsy. It's been a pleasure to do this with you as well, sir.
Pleasure.
So So the first ever Games of Slush live out here at the X Games. Ferdinand Dahl walking away with the win in his matchup. It's Olivia Asselin taking home one of those Nixon watches. Jesper Tjader, and it's Rell Harwood rounding out the order for the first ever live Games of Slush, here to kick off X Games Aspen 2024.